It's raining in the desert. Hello, Wonderhussy here, hanging out on a rainy day in Moab, Utah. If you've ever been to Moab, it's that beautiful, iconic red rock high desert formations. And well, it's normally broiling hot, but it is July and we're having one of those beautiful summer monsoons. As a matter of fact, it just dumped rain all over me and my rig, but it didn't bother me none, because guess what? I was sheltered from the rain by the loving wings of this awesome vintage gas station. Look at this thing. I think this gas station has been in a whole bunch of movies, like some old westerns, and I think even the Transformers movie that came out a while ago. And it was an awesome place. I actually slept there last night because I happened to be visiting my friend Wandering Jeepsy at the campground she runs right outside Moab. This is her campground. There's all kind of picnic tables, camp spots all around. Also behind the, there's a off-road shop in that building, but behind there's more campsites. Since I was only staying one night, she told me I could just go ahead and post up right there under the old gas station. And what a place it was to camp. Well, I'm not going to stay here for very long. Actually, Jeepsy and I drove all the way out here to, see her campground, hang out with her. But we decided, because it's so hot, well, it was so hot down here before it started raining. I mean, it's been over 100 in Moab lately. And if you've ever camped out in 100 degrees, you know it's no fun. So we decided to head for the hills. We're going to go camping. Me and Jeepsy camping together in the mountains in the rain. Jeepsy, what are you doing? What is this?
Tires.
Airing up your tires? Oh shoot, you had them aired down because you went off-roading yesterday.
Yeah, I went off-roading yesterday.
Now why do we have to air
on the highway with them aired down? So.
Well, why are we driving on the highway?
Because we're going to the grocery store.
The grocery store! That's right, we gotta go get some supplies in town. And well, unfortunately, Jeepsy says the grocery stores in Moab are all expensive.
Extremely expensive.
Yeah, the cost of living here is crazy, huh?
Way overpriced.
Oh, well, it's because it's so beautiful. Everybody wants to live here.
Want to ride?
Sure do. Golly, $46. This place is expensive. Okay, got all my groceries loaded. Obviously my camping gear is already loaded because, well, I've been camping for 4 weeks now. That's okay. Jeepsy wants to know how to spell hussy. And that's a good question, because people do spell it wrong all the time. It's Hussy.
Why? Okay, that's what I thought.
And that's H and not P, which I've gotten some very crass emails about. Anyway, I'm locked and loaded. She's locked and loaded. I'm gonna follow her up this trail. Where are we going? To Buckeye Reservoir?
Yep.
We're gonna go camp at a reservoir.
High up on the mountain, away from this heat.
Yeah, but look, speaking of the weather, it really cleared up nicely. The rain's gone. Well, up on top of the mountains, I guess. No telling what we'll find. All right, we're almost here. We've come all the way up in these beautiful mountains, and now we're at, look at this, the state line. Look at that. Now I'm in Utah. Now I'm in Colorado. Well, I know which side of the state line I want to be on, if you know what I mean, because I want to smoke some dope, and I'd like to do it without ending up in jail. Road's been great so far, not a rough road, beautiful scenery, all these tall pine trees, aspen trees, just gorgeous. I think it's kind of interesting what the name of this national forest is. The Manti La Sal National Forest. So you're saying that this Manti La Sal forest goes all the way through Utah and
and Colorado, yes.
And so does that mean you want to wear your manties when you're in this forest? Did you bring your manties?
I did not.
I have a pair of manties. If you've never heard that term, it's man panties. I have this one pair of, like, I don't know, they're women's underwear, but they look like briefs. Unfortunately, they're dirty. Otherwise, I would totally wear my manties in the Manti LaSalle with
Darn.
you. I know, but as if people don't already think we're two lesbians. Now I'm talking about men's underwear. What is this? Are we in bear country?
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Oopsie. I got bear spray. I don't think, they're probably not that aggressive up here. Yeah, this is great. Look at this campsite. Right next to this beautiful reservoir. Surrounded by pine trees. Jeepsy's trying to figure out where she's going to put her tent. She's sleeping in a tent. I'm going to park my 4Runner someplace level once we get it figured out. My favorite kind of weather to camp in. Hoodie weather. Who would have thought? In July. And in this part of the country, man, I was so hot yesterday. It's amazing what going up into the mountains will do for you. Okay, I got my camp made, but I'm kind of cheating because I've been camping for a couple weeks already. But unfortunately, poor Jeepsy's in a real pickle because she forgot to pack her rain fly for her tent. And there's rain tonight. So she had a couple of options. Well, she could just rough it in the tent and get wet. Obviously, that's not a good choice. She could drive all the way back down that road and go get the rain fly, but with today's gas prices, that's not an option. So option number 3 is she's going to sleep in her Jeep. And you've done that before.
Yeah, but it did not have the big speaker, and it did not have...
She's got a big subwoofer in the back.
Box.
Oh gosh, that's going to be a real... Oh, I have a feeling you'll figure it out.
This is like, you know, the security box.
Oh, so that won't come off.
All the way in the back.
Oh, I see. Oh, dang. So you don't have much room at all, do you? Well, look at the size of that subwoofer. What are you doing?
I'm taking it out.
What do you listen to?
I love my music.
I guess so. Wow. Okay, well, I and everybody watching are all very curious to see how you end up doing this. Wow, yeah, that is a big box back there. I see what you're talking about.
I'm curious how I'm going to do this, too.
Holy cow, look at this. You brought a full-size drip coffee maker. Oh, it's a propane. I've never seen one of those before. Look how cool that is. A propane Coleman.
Yeah. Obviously, it has the coffee pot. It's just somewhere in the
Yeah. Wow. Well, look at that.
I love my coffee, so I have to have my coffee.
Well, I'm glad you at least remembered that. Okay, well, while she figures out her situation, I'm going to go ahead and take a little walk down here to the edge of this reservoir. And you can see we're camped right here on the edge. And I've never heard of this. It's called Buckeye Reservoir, but apparently you can fish here. You can take little boats up to 5 horsepower out on it. And, well, looking around, doesn't look like there's anyone else camped here at all. There's little campgrounds all around the edge of this thing. And we haven't seen a single solitary other camper, which is just the way I like it. I mean, frankly, I'm not much of a fan of campgrounds to begin with. I just like boondocking. You know me, I like to go way up some rough little Jeep trail to where I know nobody's going to come mess with me in the middle of the night. But in this part of this forest, it was marked that you could only camp in designated campgrounds. So if I have to camp in a designated campground, better it be a deserted place like this. Ugh, I'm not kidding. This really is my favorite kind of camping weather, where it's not like super cold, but it's chilly enough that you need a hoodie. I wish I would have brought a bottle of Bailey's with me. You know, this is the kind of weather I just want to have a big mug of hot cocoa, liberally spiked. But I don't know, Jeepsy doesn't drink, and I don't want to seem like a total lush next to her. You know, if you ever watched the British show Absolutely Fabulous with Patsy and Edwina, and Edwina's like all business and Patsy's always, woo. Well, I'm Patsy. Actually, I did bring a small bottle of whiskey. I could add a little nip of that to my cocoa. The only kind of spooky thing about camping up here is last summer, these 2 women were murdered up in these same mountains at their campsite. That's right, I guess they were last seen down in Moab. Apparently Moab has 1 bar. Remember, it is Utah. There's 1 bar in town called Woody's, and they were hanging out at Woody's, and I guess they invited some people to come hang out back at their campsite. And then, gosh, I think the next day they were found. Both of them had been shot. And they still haven't figured out who did it. I don't want to talk about this in front of Jeepsy because she'll get nervous. She's, well, she hasn't been camping in a while. And she's about to go on a car camping adventure. She's going to start sleeping in her Jeep. She's going to fix it all up, take the back seats out to where she can just travel around without her trailer. And that's her plan for the whole winter, is just travel around and camp out of her Jeep. And so when it comes to finding campsites, we were talking last night, and I go, oh yeah, I always just post up way back in the boondocks all by myself, and I've never had a problem. Well, then she told me about those two women. I thought, well, maybe she has a point. Let's see how Jeepsy's situation is doing.
So because I had this big dent here, I tried to even it
So
out
you
with
just
all
packed
that. And then I can take another
Can
blanket.
you lay that way though, or isn't that too short?
Well, that's the thing.
Yeah, show us. This is what it would look like if you were sleeping with Jeepsy, y'all.
I would have
Yeah,
to.
but don't you want to stretch your legs out?
Yes.
That's no fun, dude. I've slept like that. It's
So-
no good.
That's the only way.
Well, what if you go diagonal? Even then, yeah. And then you're going to have the dog in there too. I don't know.
Well, thank God she's 5 pounds.
I know, but still. Well, gosh, I don't know.
The only other option is I have to get my tools out and take this whole thing apart.
Well, I don't know. How important is your beauty sleep, Jeepsy?
Oh.
Well, mine's very important. I'm just asking. Let me look through my gear bag here and see if I have anything she might be able to use as a tarp. Not a toe strap. No, ratchet straps. Duct tape. Window cleaner. No. Unfortunately, don't think I have a tarp. All I have is, well, I got a couple emergency rain ponchos, but I don't think that's gonna help. Yeah, that's no good. I would just go. I mean, it was only like, what, 20 miles really? 30 miles? All right, hurry back. I miss you already.
Oh, yes. I'm gonna rush.
Okay, drive safe. Well, there she goes, back to town. I guess it'll probably take her at least an hour to go there and come back. What am I gonna do? Sitting here all by myself for an hour. Oh yeah. Yay, Jeepsy's back. Is your tent bear proof?
Not funny.
Hey, listen, I just started my period, so I'm the one that has to be afraid of bears, okay? Jeepsy put up her stove. See, Jeepsy's not like me. I hate to cook, and I hardly cook at all, but she's got a stove.
I love to cook.
Oh, you love to cook? Oh, good. Look at my chips. Okay, here's dinner. Chicken spinach feta burger with avocado and organic power greens. How about that? I don't know. I heard that bears really like chicken burgers. After dinner, I went for a little walk and enjoyed the beautiful sunset over the reservoir. And then Jeepsy fired up her propane-powered fire pit, so we were able to enjoy a cozy campfire even though there was a fire ban in effect in the Manti-La-Salle National Forest. Gas fire pits are permitted because they don't create sparks. And besides, with all that rain in the forecast, I guess the risk of wildfire wasn't very high. It was great just hanging out and catching up, but both of us were pretty worn out, and the idea of crawling into our cozy beds was too tempting to ignore for long. So we hit the sack early, sleeping very peacefully under the gently whispering pines. Well, it's day 2. We survived the night camping here without any bear attacks or any kind of other, well, this is kind of near where there's 2 women were murdered. But we did just fine. Today, well, we've just been kind of lazy. Sitting here drinking coffee, yakking. It's actually really interesting for me to camp with somebody else who does what I do, runs a YouTube channel, because we can kind of talk shop, you know, compare notes. So we've been sitting there doing that. Unfortunately, it looks like the weather is about to get real nasty. Although, to be honest, I don't really think that's a bad thing. If it starts dumping rain, I don't think it sounds bad at all to have to crawl into the back of my rig and get nice and cozy under all my little blankies and take a nap. Here comes the rain. Ooh-wee, we gotta close this tailgate. Yikes! Ugh, that's just the coziest sound in the world. I think I need to make some more hot cocoa. Looks like the storm finally cleared. Did you survive the storm, Jeepsy?
I did.
What'd you do?
Well, I tried to tough it out on my Jeep because those lightning strikes.
Oh yeah, because the lightning, you want to have those rubber tires.
Yeah.
Yeah, being in that tent in a lightning storm, I don't know.
But somebody left their propane tank on their coffee pot.
Oh, that big fancy coffee maker.
So my whole entire Jeep smelled like propane, so I had to get out of my Jeep and had to survive
you guys went in the tent?
storm in the tent.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
How was the dog? She scared?
She cuddled up to me the whole time.
Oh, that's nice. Okay, well, we've been sitting around camp all day, and it's already, gosh, like 2 o'clock, 2:30. So we figure we might as well go for a little ride and go exploring around the area. We're going to go jeeping. I'm going to finally get a chance to experience what a true off-roading vehicle has to offer. Look at this. Jeepsy got a brand new winch for her birthday. She's got all the social media stuff written on it. There's her YouTube. There's her Instagram. She's a member of the Jeep fam. Jeep. And look at that. She got a personalized license plate. Wandering Jeepsy. All right, I'm getting in the passenger seat. Let's roll. Oh my goodness, look at the side of the Jeep. Yikes. Oh no! But isn't that like Jeep cred right there?
Yeah, right.
We made it! Yay, back to camp. And it looks like it's gonna rain again. Looking like I'm just gonna have to get back in my car. And that is A-okay with me. Okay, well, the rain never did let up. Matter of fact, I think it got even worse. So Jeepsy's over there in her tent peeling a bunch of shrimp to make shrimp tacos. And I'm over here cutting up some avocado and lime. This is where you cooked? Oh man, look at that though. Yummy shrimp. What up?
I tried.
Oh wow, look at that. Jeepsy is an excellent cook. And after stuffing myself on her delicious shrimp tacos, she fired up her propane fire pit again, and we enjoyed another peaceful night chatting over the campfire. I don't know very many women who enjoy hanging out in the forest doing stuff like I do, so it really was a nice change of pace to talk to someone other than myself for a change. I mean, I've already heard all my stories, and my jokes even make me groan. But to her credit, Jeepsy lasted almost 15 full minutes before finally excusing herself to go to bed. Now that's what I call a good friend. All right, it's time to roll on out of here. My nice, clean, white Toyota and one very muddy Jeep. What are you gonna do when you get back, Jeepsy?
Clean the Jeep.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. And as for me, I'm just going to roll on into the wilds of Colorado. But it was very nice seeing your
Yes.
campground. Thank you for
So
hosting
glad we got
me.
to hang out.
Yes, and it was fun camping with you, even if it did piss rain the entire time.
Yeah. Won't be too long till we see each other again.
Oh yeah, we'll run into each other somewhere on the road, especially once you start a traveling again.